Hello, welcome to AfterWyrd, the place where we discuss current weird events and little bits that won't fit into the show. My name's Andy.
I'm a little bit and I don't fit into the show. I'm Craig.
You're a little bit fuzzy.
I am. My camera's not working for some reason. But never
Weird.
mind. Doesn't matter. We've still got some weirdness. Yeah.
Speaking of
Straight off.
weirdness, oh sorry, go on. I was going to say, speaking
Goodness.
of weirdness, you've immersed yourself in the weird recently, haven't you? That sounds disgusting. Carry on.
Yeah. Well, I quickly wanted to say and address something that for the last 2 years, I've been giving out our social media handle and I've been doing it wrong.
You mean we're not Dark Cornwall?
That hasn't gone out yet, Andy. All right.
Oh,
No.
they've all heard of it.
We for a long time I've said we are at Wyrd Wessex everywhere. Turns out we're not.
No, actually, no. There is another.
I discovered the other day that there is a at Wyrd Wessex on Instagram that's not us, and I don't know how it went over my head before. We are at Wyrd_Wessex. So have you been following at Wyrd Wessex and thinking this is a bit weird? This doesn't look like the podcast because it's not. I'm assuming that's why that channel has a lot more followers than we do.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You're welcome. Um, what annoys me, and like I mean, lightly annoys me. I'm not actually mad about it, but there's a lot of people when I checked it out that follow that I know, and whether they're just not mentioning it and think it's us, or if they know it's not us, and in which case, why didn't you tell me? You think
I
you'd be like,
don't know
oh, there's
whether
another Weird
we
Wessex.
Yeah, but I don't know whether we noticed when we took up the handle because Wyrd Wessex would have been taken, right? But I don't
Yeah,
remember ever seeing it until Wyrd Wessex now follows us. And that's what drew my attention to it. And then I realized my wife follows them. And I was like, wait, what is this? It's like another.
Wessexception.
Yeah.
Um,
So I don't know what happened there. I don't know if that Wyrd Wessex is that aware of us because they've only just started following us. But yeah, which just it kind of links to I think what you were implying about me submersing myself in the weird. So
I was just going to say, do you imagine right at the same time as us, that whoever runs it, their wife or husband or whatever significant other was like, you know, did you know there's another Weird Wessex? Exactly the same time.
yes. Well, I actually met someone on Sunday that apparently knows them, and it confused them because we posted up a video recently of the Warminster Thing mural. Um, and the artist saw our video and saw it came from Wyrd Wessex, but because they know the other Wyrd Wessex,
Ah,
and he said something like, "Oh, he's not even in this part of the country at the minute." So I was like, "How did he get this video?" And then he realized it was a different channel. So we are confusing everybody. But yes, I did meet the artist of the Warminster Thing mural. Very nice guy.
fantastic.
He was at an event I went to on Sunday, which we did mention on a previous AfterWyrd. So there was the Warminster Thing 60th anniversary. That's what it was. I was trying to remember which year it was. 60th anniversary. They had a conference with lots of different talkers. I don't know. I can't talk.
Or speak.
And I did actually, you might notice in the background, I did get a little, if anyone's watching, I did get a print of a section of the,
Nice.
which is one of 35, and it is signed by Paul himself. And
Sweet.
he told me, interestingly, I mentioned before that I couldn't ever find the original mural and he'd painted over it. He actually told me that he was commissioned to do the first mural, but he was told not to tell anyone at the time. So it's the same artist.
Damn. I
And
hope
he
you.
said
Sorry, go on.
the wall is due for demolition.
Oh, no.
And but it has been for 10 years.
One of those.
Yeah. So yeah, I met Paul. He does lots of different artwork. He had t-shirts for sale and all sorts. But yeah,
Oh,
it
that's
was
fantastic. How was it?
well, my mother told me if if you can't say something nice, Don't see anything at all. But yeah, it's kind of made me realize that we should probably do a live show
Fucking right.
or make our own conference, and we can host a conference and get a bunch of guest speakers.
Yeah,
Anyway, so yeah, have you got any weird news?
I do. I do. Um, so this one, I'm gonna take it back to our humble beginnings. Back in the day, this was a topic that made up a solid like half of our weird news. Big cat sighting by train driver panther near Witchbold M5.
Panther.
It's been a
Hmm.
while since we've done a big cat sighting.
Yeah, we should have really got Paul on because this is Paul McDonald. There's too many Pauls. Like,
There's a
so I
lot of
talked about Paul
balls.
the artist before. Now we're talking about Paul McDonald. So when he was on Will I Vike It, afterwards I got chatting to him, and he's had a sighting himself recently of a big cat,
Ah,
which I don't think I've
brilliant.
mentioned on the show. Um, and then I said to him afterwards, I don't know why we didn't record that. Like we could have done that as a segment. But yeah, he's
Yeah,
I think
chucked
he's
it
in
in for
America
Wyrd
at the minute.
Wessex. Okay.
So maybe when he's back, we can get Paul on and he can tell us. Because, yeah, I know when he was on, he was saying how he'd never really seen one, but he's got a confirmed sighting himself.
Yeah, he said he'd seen what he thought was one when he was a teenager, right?
This is a confirmed sighting at the side of a motorway, I think he said.
Damn.
So maybe we can get him to come and tell us about that for a weird news at some point. But anyway, I'll
Absolutely.
digress. That's
Well, this was a train driver. Got the shock of his life when he saw a big cat cross railway tracks right in front of him, not far from a busy motorway after recent spike in sightings. This is from
hmm.
the Worcester News. The
Are
sighting
we
was,
sure that it wasn't the person in the suit that we spoke about?
I try not to think about that person.
It's not a man in a gimp suit running across railway tracks, is it, Andy?
It might be. It might be.
Is it you?
Described a large black cat with a zip over its mouth. Oh dear. And a ball
And a
gag.
Wyrd Wessex t-shirt.
Oh no, Craig. What have I told you? Well, it might be Jason or something. He's got one of our t-shirts. Um, the sighting was recorded anonymously by a train driver who saw the suspected big cat cross the line ahead of him between the M5 and Bromsgrove. This is an area where train tracks pass close to the motorway. Sharing his close encounter anonymously in the Worcestershire Big Cat group, he wrote, I am a train driver and have more than once seen what I can only describe as a big cat cross the line ahead of me between the M5 and Bromsgrove in the Witchbold area. It has a long tail which sweeps low with the tip of its tail raised. It was definitely feline in shape and movement. Um, the sighting was shared on Facebook group 2 days ago and will inevitably fuel speculation about the existence of the predators prowling the Worcestershire's countryside, following two other recent sightings. One by a canal in Droitwich, not far from where the train driver saw the suspected big cat. We reported only last week how a family from the northeast spotted a possible big cat near the canals in Droitwich, while another possible sighting by a separate observer was reported in Pershore. The author of the post shared in the Facebook group Worcestershire Big Cat Group said that he was staying in town with his family when they saw the animal at around 8:30 on July the 31st. So this is talking about the last group now. He explained to members of the group that his partner had been nervously walking back along the canal. The second person posting the group anonymously did not reveal the precise location of the sighting because it happened at home in Pershore. They wrote in the group that it was spotted around 1 a.m. in a straw stubble field next to us. This sighting was also revealed in the group. It travelled about 10 foot away from the hedge down the long side of the field. It was fast and low to the ground with a long curled tail. We only saw it due to it being able to hear it running, so it must have been big. We watched it until the small bit of light from the house ran out and we could no longer see it. These latest sightings come after one South Gloucestershire, which has been probed by big cat expert Rick Minter, who says a nearby farmer reported that cattle had been behaving nervously at the time for several days. A driver spotted the panther on the western side of the M5/M4 junction in May, leading to claims that our motorway verges may be strangely attractive area for big cats believed to be living in the British countryside. Um, yeah. I mean,
Yes. I mean, in case you didn't pick up on it, Rick Minter is from the podcast Big Cat Conversations,
Yes.
which I know Paul's been on. I think it's actually a friend of his. And yeah, it's a very good podcast actually. There's some really interesting guests and stories that happen on that. If you haven't checked it out, there's I think well over 100 episodes to check out. Yeah,
Nice. I mean, I guess they might like the verges near motorways because I know a lot of stuff living in verges like that, and sometimes you get
roadkill.
roadkill. Yeah, roadkill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but my only hesitation with a story like this is the idea that it's an anonymous user. Like it's the same when I see like someone tell like a ghost sighting type thing, and then it's like, oh, it's an anonymous Facebook user. I'm like, I don't
I
know.
get,
It loses credibility for me.
I get it in some ways. You know, you're a train driver and you start getting called mad, like it might affect your job. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure, and I think the same can probably be said for you. If we're out doing our one of our little investigative pieces, and sort of we actually saw something, be it ghost or big cat or Sasquatch or a grey, we wouldn't shut up about it.
Yeah, but that's because of what we do,
This
to
is
be
true.
fair
This
to the
is
train
true.
driver. But also, do surely trains have CCTV on them? Like, because you get jumpers and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's directed quite close, like in front of the train as it's going along, though.
Hmm. Yes. Well, I don't know. Anyway, it for me, sorry guys, but if you're anonymously posting something, it loses credibility. I
Yeah,
kind
it
of
does
see
make you
why
pause, doesn't
people
it?
do, but yeah, it's like, is he a train driver? Don't know.
Yeah, it's yeah, I get what you mean. I do get what you mean. It's yeah, because I mean, a couple of them they didn't name them, but I get the impression they did name themselves on the post. Um, but yeah, it sort of pointed out when they purposely stayed anonymous.
Yeah, I mean, I guess people don't want the ridicule and stuff, but yeah, it
Yeah,
does for me. It takes away a bit of credibility, which
yeah, and you got a good point. As what we do, of course we're gonna,
no, I think with what we do now, people would be less likely to believe us, which
That's the
means we'd have to
trouble. That
lean
is
in
the
even
trouble.
more.
Yeah,
Like if I said to you tomorrow, I've been abducted by aliens last night, you'd probably first off laugh, secondly ask how my ass was feeling.
I ask you that every day. Um,
Exactly. That's what I'm going through the usual. This is just the usual. And then thirdly, you'd be like, all right, no one's going to believe this.
and then I'm, sort of there talking to you about it while, text under the table texting the men in white coats or the
I
men in
thought
black coats.
the men in black coats are coming.
There is it.
Hopefully.
I can hear a helicopter outside.
There you go. Buzzing.
Yeah, they know. Either that or it's just Bournemouth. You got any weird news for us?
Of course I do. But before I get to the weird stuff, I got something a little bit dark. But if I don't mention it, someone's going to point it out to me and say, why haven't you covered this story? Because it is a little bit weird, but it's also really fucking dark. There's not much to this at the moment, but the headline is Body Found in Savernake Forest as Wiltshire Police Investigate.
Oh,
Now, the main points here is that it's charred human remains.
gee.
They're saying they're not looking for anyone in conjunction at the moment, and that it doesn't look suspicious. And I'm like, how?
How does that not look suspicious?
Right? But
Does
they're
someone
saying it's
off
not.
themselves and then burn their own body?
Thirdly, they're asking that nobody speculate. So we're not doing this right now. We're just laying out the
I'm not
facts.
speculating.
But this was found on Monday. So it's Tuesday today. This episode will be going out on Friday. So it was previous Monday to this recording. Um, Third point is it was found by a dog walker. I mean, it's always a dog walker. Just don't walk your dog because you're going to find a body, right?
I
That's
mean, to be
the trope.
fair, my it's another ex story. My ex did find a body when she was dog walking at the park at the back of her house, so can confirm.
There you go. And one final point about this charred human remains that was found in Savernake Forest. And then we're going to move on, Andy. I'm going to say it, and then we're going to move on
Go
because
on.
it's dark. So the road that the body was found on, it's called Charcoal Burners Road. Anyway, if I see anything else based on that story that adds to
Yeah,
that, I
update
will.
us.
Yes. So I mean, it's up to you. I can go for a space story if you like for a change. We haven't done any space news.
Go on, give us some spacey news.
Some spacey news. So this is from Earth.com, source I don't think we've ever used. Astronomers discover an interstellar tunnel that connects our solar system to other stars.
Hmm.
Says space can surprise even those who spend their lives studying it. People often think of a solar system as just a few planets and a bunch of empty space. Yet new observations suggest we've been living inside a hot, less dense region, and that there may even be a strange cosmic channel connecting us to distant stars. After years of careful mapping, a new analysis reveals what appears to be a channel of hot, low density plasma stretching out from our solar system towards distant constellations. Yeah, for a long time, scientists have known that our solar system sits within a peculiar region of space called the local hot bubble. This area, estimated to be about 300 light years across, formed as a result of a powerful stellar explosion called supernova. They heated the surrounding gas, producing a low density, high temperature environment. Traces of these distant events still linger as wispy distributions of hot plasma. Yeah, hang on, let's go on to the actual channel a bit. Yeah, so what stands out is the detection of a channel or tunnel that appears to stretch towards the Centaurus constellation. This feature seems to punch through the hot material connecting our neighborhood to distant star systems. Another such pathway appears to link towards the vicinity of Canis Major. Data hints these might just be part of a larger branching network of channels that run between star forming regions and pockets of heated gas. So, yeah, obviously it goes on a bit more about evidence and things like that. But I just
Yeah.
kind of wondered whether, the universe is a lot more connected than maybe we previously thought.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Do wonder whether that then means that we'll realize that that's maybe how other beings get here, right?
I
That's my
mean,
thought.
good an idea as any.
Maybe they're using some kind of channels because we're saying like you can't travel these vast distances across the universe. Maybe somehow that's what these are. A bit like the suggestion of using wormholes to travel in time, that kind of thing. I'm probably completely wrong, but that's where my mind went with it.
Damn, that is no, I like that. That's a good an idea as any.
And a scientist is listening to this going, "Oh God, what is he on about?"
No, they're gonna be there with their note, like, carry on, yeah.
Yeah, we get all our stories from Wyrd Wessex, all the latest theories. Yeah, so I mean that was all I wanted to cover really, because I thought it was interesting that yeah, the universe, we're obviously still learning about it and these connectivities, and I do wonder if one day we'll discover something like that and go, so those UAPs, that's how they got here.
I mean, that is, sort of it's an exciting time in a way because there is a lot being like discovered that changes the rules a little bit. I mean, I feel like before we go on too much about this, we need to get Paul back on to chat about it.
Which Paul, we've mentioned three this episode.
Alien Paul.
Not the one from the movie, Paul,
Shit,
who
good
is an
point. Yeah,
alien.
that one. I mean, that would be a coup, right? Get Paul on. Um,
Now there's four Pauls in this episode. This is like Paulception.
okay, so you got Alien Paul from the film Paul. You got Alien Paul that we know. You've
Now
got
here's UAP Paul.
UAP Paul.
UA Paul.
UA Paul, yeah, UA Paul.
You've got the artist Paul,
The artist
who
formerly known as Paul. And
and Big Cat Paul.
yeah, that's it. Panther Paul.
There you go. So there's a lot of Pauls.
There's a lot of Pauls. So I am tempted, while on the theme of it, to chuck in another space one for you then.
Go on then.
NASA scientists believes Mystery Planet is home to alien life in stunning breakthrough. This is from the Daily Record. And NASA scientists have
Mm.
suggested there may be life on the seas of a dwarf planet, saying astrobiologists are constantly surprised by the level of activity on the outer edges of our solar system. And NASA scientists have hinted the possibility of life existing in the seas of dwarf planets. So, yeah, just repeats that bit. Ceres, a dwarf planet which is technically an asteroid, is classified as a dwarf planet due to its sufficient mass to be shaped by gravity. NASA's Dr. David Grinspoon, excellent name, believes there may still be liquid water inside this unusual planet that could support life. It comes as earlier this year, NASA unveiled the first pictures of the sun's eruptions, which caused the northern lights. Fair enough. Investigations of the planet have yielded more results than research initially anticipated. Speaking to Wired, Grinspoon revealed, recently we sent a spacecraft there and we found some surprising things. A bright flash of white on the planet suggests there was once water there, as it is a salt deposit. This also implies that the water that existed there may have mirrored the salty composition of our own oceans here on Earth. He explained the most interesting thing was a crater, and what we found is a salt deposit, and that salt deposit indicates there was water on our planet. Again, it's just repeating itself there. This suggests this was a water world at one point and may still even have liquid water on the inside. This is very exciting to astrobiologists because it means that other dwarf planets like Ceres are places where you could have in the past had habitable conditions on the inside. However, the thrilling news doesn't stop there. Grinspoon suggested that it's not beyond the realms of possibility that the life-supporting conditions observed on the planet may still exist. Who knows? Maybe at present, some of these planets still have habitable oceans. Dr. Grinspoon added scientists constantly. Again, it's just I think this is written by AI. The more we explore solar systems, the more we are surprised by the level of activity on some of these worlds that we thought were dead. He mentioned scientists have determined life to exist. Water is necessary, adding, we have experiments to show that the building blocks of life are very easy to create. Ceres, the largest object in the asteroid belt, floats between Mars and Jupiter. This small planetoid is known for its alien mystery lights, a term used to describe the strange illuminations emanating from its surface, which have now been identified as these salt deposits. Yeah, so there you go. Another potential habitable planet, albeit maybe for microbiological life.
And that was my other weird news for today.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, I was connecting that to the other story, so that was where I was going to go next, but never mind.
just a little bit of proof that we don't script these episodes one bit.
No, rarely talk to you outside of this.
Do try and avoid it.
Um, all right, I'll do one more quickly for a bit
Go on
of
then.
all right, so I've been wanting to do this one for a while, so let's get this one done. So this is a Metro story, but it does come back from July, so it's a little bit older. But the headline is Mysterious Glowing Orb Eerily Hovers Over Couple's Home in Canada.
Ooh. We are doubling
And
down on the aliens.
well, maybe not aliens, but I like where some of this article goes with it. So there's some interesting stories. So yeah, a couple have been left astounded after a thunderstorm produced a glowing orb of light thought to be a mysterious ball lightning. See, not aliens, Andy. Ed and Melinda Pardee were watching a storm from their porch in Alberta, Canada on June the 2nd when lightning struck. After a tornado warning had been issued, Ed, a weather enthusiast, saw a ball of light moving across the horizon in the lightning bolt's wake. He said it was floating about 7 meters above the ground, a little under a kilometer from their home outside Edmonton. Once the lightning bolt kind of disappeared, the ball of light kind of got bigger, intensified, like really bright, he said. Then I was like, oh, that'll go away really soon. And it didn't. He started recording the phenomena on Melinda's phone, capturing about 23 seconds of video before the ball of light disappeared. There was a little bit of a pop, and then it just kind of disintegrated, Ed said. So yeah, it says ball lightning is a disputed weather phenomena that has been described by eyewitnesses for centuries, but still has no widely accepted explanation among scientists. They have usually been associated with thunderstorms and conventional lightning strikes. Ball lightning, a mysterious and rare atmospheric electrical phenomena, has inspired numerous legends, myths, and folklore over the centuries due to its strange appearance. In medieval Europe, strange glowing orbs seen hovering near swamps or in the air were often explained as will-o'-the-wisps. During a church service in Widcombe in the Moor, a ball of fire reportedly entered the church, killing 4 people and injuring other worshippers. This was at the time explained as a manifestation of the devil himself, but could have easily been ball lightning.
Or a
During
wizard
this,
casting fireball.
yes, of course. During the siege of Leningrad in the Second World War, soldiers reported seeing strange glowing orbs that moved erratically, sometimes entering bunkers or tanks. These were interpreted as experimental weapons, divine intervention, or even UFOs. Storm chasers, people who pursue and study thunderstorms, have speculated that ball lightning could travel along power lines, but the parties said this was not the case. Definitely not, said Ed.
Definitely not.
Melinda added that it was a long way from any power lines. The couple said they've since been contacted by scientists from the University of Calgary. If I saw one of those fairly close to me, I don't think I would want to get near it because that's a lot of energy. It's a lot of power, said Ed. I never thought I'd see anything like that in my lifetime. There you go. Was it ball
So
lightning? Was it aliens? Was it the devil himself?
maybe all three.
Yes.
I mean, I mentioned that's the only rational thing I can think. The UFO, the UAP that I saw, was, that was one of the things it might have been. 'Cause apparently
It's interesting though.
Hertfordshire is a hotspot for it. Apparently,
It's just interesting that scientists can't even prove that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, my great grandmother used to say, during a storm, she was always told to open windows so the lightning, if it came in, could go out the other side. Yup, that was a thing. And I never heard it anywhere else. And I do wonder, considering Hertfordshire is apparently a hotspot for ball lightning, that was some way, like, people seeing it float through or something,
I'm gonna call this episode AfterWyrd the pool problem.
the Paul problem. Paulception. On that note, I've been Paul.
Wait, you have?
Probably, why not? I mean, my middle name's Paul, so
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, fuck off. Too many pools.
So I think that about wraps it up for today's AfterWyrd, right? Anything else to mention apart from, once again, Wyrd_Wessex on Instagram?
Yes, and they moved our website from Substack, which we haven't mentioned that publicly yet. But yeah, it's still weirdwessex.co.uk. All the blog posts are there. You can listen to the podcast there. Yeah, there's a link through to the merch on there as well. But that's still the same. Not changed.
All your weirdness in one place.
Your weirdness. That's like your highness. Your weirdness. Yes, your weirdness.
Your weirdness. On that note,
I've been Craig.
and I've been Andy, and as always, don't blame the pools.
Blame the owls instead, I guess.
This time, that's okay. Bye bye.
I wonder if the owl's called Paul.
I hope so.